Hey everyone, this is the admin of Shade MLPFIM, and to celebrate the show's 7th anniversary, I kind of want to share the story about how I became a brony. Well, pretty much when I was living in Ohio, our family had Dish Network. For a while, something happened, and our Dish Network got cut off, and stupid mosquito. Anyway, our Dish Network got cut off for a little bit, but there were free channels, like free preview channels for like a month. And I discovered the Hub, and they were showing like shows that I would grow up with, like the Men in Black animated series, Batman Beyond, Batman the Animated Series, all that good stuff anyway. And one day they showed a promo for Friendship with Magic. I think it was the premiere of Swarm of the Century. And I heard Tara Strong's voice in the promo, and, well, back then, and still to this day, Tara Strong is one of my favorite voice actresses. So I thought, well, anything with her in it is at least worth giving a chance. So I watched the episode of Swarm of the Century when it premiered, and I thought it was a pretty decent episode. Then next week, I watched the premiere of Winter Wrap-Up, and I remember when that song was everywhere. So many people were doing covers of that song when I first became a brony, not so much now. And I liked it. Then I think the Hub showed like a marathon of the first 6 episodes, so I recorded them and I watched them and I liked it. And yeah, pretty much I just saw 8 episodes at first and I enjoyed them. And then that month was over and the Hub was no longer free, so I was like, well, it was a pretty fun show. I'll move on to other stuff. Then around March or April, I was bumming around the internet one day and I was seeing a lot of fan art for a lot of MLP and Portal 2 crossover pics, which in the early days of the fandom, you could not go to any fan art page without seeing like 5 or 6 MLP / Portal 2 crossover pictures. Like you'd see stuff like one of the main 6 is like companion cubes or a fan art of a pony with a portal gun, all that. And anyway, around that time, like I said, I saw MLP, a lot of fan art online. I forgot what website I was on, but I was just bumming around the internet. And I recognized, I think it was I recognized Applejack in one of the pictures, and I'm like, okay, I know who that is. So, and I heard like, okay, a lot of grown men like the show, and I'm like, well, I remember I enjoyed it, so I got back into watching it, watched the episodes online, and that was around the time when I think season 1 was almost over around that time, because we were like on episode 22 or 23 of season 1. So I've kind of been with the fandom a little bit since the beginning, not the very beginning, but like when it first started. So I was there when we had all the fanfics were coming out, like stuff like, I remember everyone was so scared of cupcakes at the time, and they're like, don't read Cupcakes, it'll change your opinion on Pinkie Pie. And I read Cupcakes and it was not scary, at least not to me. The fan art based on it was more scary than the actual story itself. So yeah, I became a brony, been a proud brony ever since almost towards the end of season 1. Been following the show ever since, been there. I remember when they announced during season 2 that Lauren Faust was going to lead the show, I remember a lot of bronies freaking out because they thought the show wasn't going to be as good. And surprisingly, the show's actually been really good ever since. Like, honestly, a lot of people, even I didn't think the show would last this long, so, and I'm glad it did. I've met a lot of cool people on the internet thanks to the show. I made my own OC and I made my OC back in 2011, but I didn't create the page for him until 2012. And honestly, over 200 likes. I honestly didn't think I'd make it to 100 likes when I first started the page. So that's pretty much my story of how I became a brony. And hope you enjoyed it. And Happy 7th anniversary to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and I hope to go see the movie soon.